Hello everyone, this is Katerina and I'll bring you the full moon report for this week together with the light code activation. And I've been trying to tune in. It was really interesting, and depending on what I was focusing on, I got such different streams of reality. And my guides were saying, you know, it's like a dance between realities that we're now able to do. And that is also a sign, the more multidimensional you become, the more different frequencies you can dial in, both in the collective, say, yeah, the Melchizedek is saying, you know, it's that law of attraction, you know, wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. That's one thing, but it's now so much more amplified because depending on where your core energy resides, and they're like, if you're airborne right now, you know, if you become really flexible and multidimensional, where you're not fully anchored in one version or the other, then you can experience quite a vastness of reality. And they're saying that this year, and what I mentioned now several times, is that migration, you know, we have those 5 versions of reality accessible, those 5 versions of Earth. And I also see that in my client sessions, you know, when they're like, Katerina, you gotta migrate somebody's tree of life into a higher dimension. And I love that. And then at the same time, we have that deepening of emotions where this deep soul healing can occur. And some of these are themes that are going to run throughout the year. And, you know, I'm inundated with information and codes and frequencies, and the guides are so excited to share this all with you in the upcoming activations in the Christ Conscious series. And with that frequency that is now, we have various versions of Earth available. We are becoming more and more multidimensional. And then depending on which Earth or which version of the Earth, like old Earth, transitionary, new, and those two in between, depending on which one you choose, there's also a vastness of people now who are saying, you know, I want peace, I want love, I want serenity, I want to open up, I want quantum breakthroughs. And if you are on a version of Earth where that's the case, that pulls you even further along. And you know, if you're like, and they're like, when we are reaching the next level, it's like, you know, in the fog, the clouds are parting, and you can peek into that, and that feels so amazing. And the more you do this, the more breakthroughs you have, the quicker you can realign with that new energies. And the guides are saying, you know, in the light code transmission, you will also get your pathway into these new frequencies. And the whole point is always we share, you know, whatever breakthroughs we have, we share and make those codes available. So we all reach our heart's destination, you know, where we truly wish to belong to, that we all have the chance to get there as well. And the energy of this full moon in itself is really beautiful. When I tuned in, it's like, oh my God, peace to troubled waters. You know, our nervous system has been so super fired up since Christmas, the 31st of December, with that new template being available for the healing of the divine masculine, the rise of the divine masculine, the shift in the divine feminine, that are on such an accelerated level. And then we had over the weekend, oh my God, it was so freaking intense. So if anybody had a similar weekend like me, I flooded the kitchen on Friday because my washing machine broke. It steam cleaned the kitchen at the same time because there was so much water coming out, and I got so many downloads with the guides, deep experiences. 3 hours later, it's like, oh my God, I have a swimming pool in the kitchen. Right, okay. And then the next thing, various of my necklaces broke as well. And then my neighbor came, it's like, Katerina, you're magic 3, you know, you have 2 necklaces that broke and 1 washing machine. You're done now. You can go into that upswirl. And I was like, oh my God, my guides are always, Katerina, when things break, it's also a breaking of patterns. It's a breakthrough. It's a shift. You know, something has to give in order for something new to come in. And I thought, it doesn't always need to be quite as visceral, you know. The washing machine is really good when it works. And then that energy. And it was also that flood of water, you know, and all my necklaces that broke were with pearls, and that's the divine feminine. It's also breaking those old patterns within. So the Pluto was in this last degree Capricorn. I mean, I'm not an astrologer, I'm more intuitive around that, but I could feel the intensity. And now Pluto is in Aquarius together with the sun, and that whole weekend it felt like whatever was ready to be broken, so a new energy could flow. Like yesterday I said in my client session, it's like the dam is breaking, you know, and we also have people in our life who really encourage us to help with that breaking of the dam. It usually feels like they are annoying, they're triggering us, it's really not pleasant to be around. But once we go deeper, it's like, oh my God, you highlight that part of me where it's like, oh my God, yes, let's break through here or surrender. You know, when my washing machine broke and my landlord came round, he's like, Katerina, I'm no good with washing machines. I can't see what's going on here. And, you know, he saw the floods and stuff and was fine. And yeah, the week before, the water came down from the shower, down the kitchen wall. And it's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm going to paint over all of that. You know, it's all water, it's all emotion. So that full moon in Cancer, you know, which is emotional, can also bring... the guides are saying there are two versions. It either breaks your dam, you know, and it brings that flow back, you know. If any of our chakras are blocked, like for many of us, it is also in the creativity, in the sacral chakra, in the high heart chakra, where we're connecting with higher dimensions. Through the high heart, we go upwards. So it can bring that flow back. And it brings flow to our emotions. And for those who have loads emotions, it can also help Uppsala to balance them and bring them into harmony. And the full moon is overall bringing a calmness and a settling of our nervous system. So the last couple of weeks, months, we have been really heightened, like and more amplified. And the guides are saying you can literally choose in how you wish to experience this full moon. For me, it was like deep cleanse, you know, preparing, going forward, or now it's time to settle the nerves. Now it's time to bring peace to troubled waters. So much has already occurred. Now I can take it in, take it easy. And a full moon usually has 3 days of power on the day of the exact full moon, the day before and after. That can vary at the time as well. Like for me, working with light codes and stuff, I feel energies that are highly impactful, often a week, 2, 4 weeks, much longer, in order to bring the codes in, integrate them, and be able to share them. And different people have different sensitivities. And again, whichever version of reality you're choosing, the higher the frequency and the more pure version of the new earth, love, peace, harmony, the more you are also receptive to subtle energies, you know, the more impactful they are. And in the densest version of reality, it's like, is there a full moon? You know, everybody's a bit funny, and that's about it, you know, and that shifts and varies as we grow. And is there anything else? And they're saying it is a year where, you know, we really come into discovering the within, you know, who am I on that deepest level? And the more we are willing to go to this place of the within, you know, that's a lot Melchizedek is saying, that's where the true treasure lies, you know, the skills, the gifts of who you are, and bringing that forward, the more we are willing to go on that journey and let that radiate, you know, like the candle here underneath the wings. The more the candle is glowing, the more the wings are shiny, you know, and that's the same within ourselves. And our heart, when we allow ourselves to access our heart, that's also when we reach to the guides. And they're saying they're now much more available, especially on those higher frequencies of Earth, because the energy is overall more open, more gentle. People want to connect, they want to discover more. And in the activation on the 4th of February, we discovered the ancient mysteries of the British Isles, you know, the magic, the mystery, the connection with nature, the runes, reading sacred symbols with your hands, being able to access that. And then that will also continue throughout the Christ series, because Lord Melchizedek is, you know, there are so many sacred symbols he wants to teach us about and activate within our system. He's really prevalent at the moment. And then our galactic team, of course, you know, they are all super excited. It's like, oh my God, humanity is becoming open to us. So, you know, our teams from higher dimensions, you know, like I was allowed in a client session to link somebody directly with the Galactic Council, you know, and the different council members and the different team members, like, we're going to train you on this, we're going to train you on that, this is going to help you with this one. You know, all of this is now possible on a far more expanded level. And I'm always so grateful that I'm allowed to be that messenger between dimensions and help you to connect with that. So let's see what light language is coming forth for you. And they're saying focus on whatever version of reality you want to dial into, or simply into the beauty of your own heart. And may this transmission serve the highest and greatest good of all. Yashki si inama niwa ki si naha iwa kia sasana maha niashki ki si nama miwa ki si nana maha niwashki ki sasana maha niwana na masa iaki si na maha Niashka sasa nana maha miwi ki sisinaha miwi ki si na maha miwashka sa naha niaka sasa nana maha miwana namasa miwana namasa miya ki sisi nana maha ish ka sa namaha ishka ka namasa niuiana niu Kiasana niashki ma kakanasa niwa ki sisinaha ni ki sisina namaha iwa kakasa sanaha niashki sina namaha miwa kakasa sana namaha yashkaka sasanaha yashkaka sasa nana maha niaki sisi namaha niaki sisi nanamaha iashki sisi namaha iashki sisi namaha iwa kaka sasana namaha miwi kiki sisi namaha miwi kiki sisi ishki kiki sisi na maha iwa kaka sasa nana maha miwi ki sisi na yashki sisi nana maha aka 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 aka. Blessed it be, so mote it be, and so it is. So in the beginning, it was the Venusians, and they're like, you know, spirituality and exploring yourself can be so much fun. It can be so much love. It can be so light. We really want to show you going deep doesn't always need to be deep and dark. It can be deep, meaningful, but also loving, kind, and uplifting. And they were bringing in different codes of lightness. It felt like silver bells, you know, were chiming and then realigning through our system. And they're really available for everyone. We just have this massive storm outside, and I'm like, what sound is that now? And it's something floating about in the storm outside, and it's since Sunday really extreme, so never mind, come back. The second one was Selene, the goddess of the full moon, together with Kuan Yin, and discovering that new form of femininity and also the elusive nature of it, and that yeah, they're saying it's like being transformed in this milky golden frequency of the moon. So each moon has a different color connotation, and this one is silver white, but also a golden frequency, again depending on what you wish to connect with. And the last one, they call themselves the funky space brothers. You know, they are galactics, and they're really the ones who, you know, it's the ones you want to have a road trip with. It's like, yeah, you know, we have really good music, the sun is shining, we're taking the world by storm. And on Sunday I wanted to do a massive activation in Longmec, the stone circle, and we had such a torrential rain and storm. I had to park halfway, and it's an hour and a half drive, and the roads were so incredibly flooded. So instead I was on the highest pass in England in the storm. The car was shaking about while I was anchoring the energies, and now I'm going on Friday instead to bring the frequencies in. And they're saying, you know, sometimes in these really frequency altering times, it's also, you know, we make a plan, things, as even our guides say, please do whatever, and we feel guided to do so, and then things shift into a whole other direction. And they're saying, trust whatever way it unfolds, trust your heart, do your best, and everything is going to be fine. And with that, I wish you a wonderful full moon, and I look forward to connect with you. The activation, the first one is on Friday the 4th, and then the Christ series, there's further information on my website as well. I wish you most wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the light code activations, and you can re-listen to it anytime to receive that cleansing, purifying, energetic booster. Lots of love to you. Bye.